Hello, sports fan, and welcome to the Packs for Breakfast All-Star Team. It's the outfield. It's the outfield. And there are no angels in the outfield. Oh, wait, there is. Jim Edmonds was an angel. So, yes, there is an angel in the outfield. An angel that's not very fast. We'll get into that. So every Sunday morning, Chris and I open a bunch of packs of cards. And we do it in front of many people. So we say, and we come up with all-star teams from all the packs of cards that we open. We do that at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday morning. So we came up with this outfield. We've already done the battery and our DH. So now we're concentrating on the outfield. Now, this outfield, Luis Gonzalez, he's been here before. He's made one of our all-star teams. His numbers, I don't know, they're not super fantastic, but they're good enough. But we've discussed him before. 283 career average, 354 career home runs. He was a World Series champion in 2001, and he has 10 Gold Gloves. So he's done this for quite a bit. So we won't get too much into him. He's not a Hall of Famer yet. But I don't think he will make Hall of Fame. You're an outfielder and you put up about 354 home runs. 10 Gold Gloves, though, means you were pretty good at fielding your position. So, but, you know, it's like everybody can't make the Hall of Fame. I know there are players, it's like that you'll argue that should be there. But really, everybody can't make it. Otherwise, it's just, you might as well just call it the Hall of Very Good. There's always going to be snubs. There's always going to be people that we feel like should be there that just didn't make it. Next to him is Andy Van Slyke. I'm deciding to put Andy Van Slyke in center field because Andy Van Slyke was faster. He was faster than Jim Edmonds. I'm sorry, Jim Edmonds is in center because he had the more Gold Gloves. Forget what I'm saying. Jim Edmonds is in center field. Jim Edmonds had a 17-year career, batted .284 for his career, had 393 home runs. Pretty comparable to Luis Gonzalez, who had 354 home runs and a .283 career average. It's like Edmonds was slightly better on average and slightly better on home runs. So by about 30 home runs. A little bit better. Jim Edmonds also had 1,199 RBIs. His career WAR was 60.4. He almost got to 2,000 hits. He had 1,949 hits. Now here's the thing about Jim Edmonds. He was a 4-time All-Star. He won a World Series in 2006. He was an 8-time Gold Glover in center field. The problem is he's slow. On the base pads, at least, he only had 67 career stolen bases. I mean, that is usually your center fielder you would think would come up with a few more than that. Jim Edmonds played for California from 93 to 99, so, you know, there's his Angels. He was a Cardinal from 2000 to 2007. In 2008, he was signed by the Padres. The Padres released him. He was only batting like 178 after 90 at-bats, and, you know, they released him. He was getting towards the end of his career anyway. So the Cubs signed him. Now, for the Cubs, he did fairly well. He brought the batting average up a little bit more, and, you know, I think he played about 90 games for them, 80 or 90 games for the Cubs. You know, so he bounced back a little bit. He did not play in 2009. In 2009, he did not get any offers from any teams that he deemed worthy. So he sat out the entire 2009 season, which he even admits was a mistake. He says he should have never done it because he comes back in 2010 and he signs a minor league deal with the Milwaukee Brewers, who promptly trade him in the middle of the season to the Reds, where he finishes his career in 2010. And then he's done after that. So Jim Edmonds, he was always one of those guys. Here's the funny part. For some reason, I will get Jim Edmonds and Tim Salmon mixed up. You know, and I think they did play some of their career together. But it's always funny how I will sit there and in my head you can almost interchange Tim Salmon and Jim Edmonds, and I don't know why that is because their names aren't even close other than Tim and Jim. Um, so Tim Jim. Uh, that takes us over to Andy Van Slyke, who's over in right field, and you're going, wow, he's not a right fielder. He was better than that. Well, Jim Edmonds won a lot of. He went to a lot of All-Star games. He won a lot of Gold Gloves. So it was just kind of like, okay, I'll keep him. I'll keep him in center field because maybe he was just a dynamite center fielder. He could fill the position. Who knows? Maybe Tim Salmon was super fast and could cover him from from wherever on the field Tim Salmon would have to magically come. Maybe that's why I think they're interchangeable, but they're not. I guarantee you, nobody else other than me thinks that Tim Salmon and Jim Edmonds are interchangeable. Andy Van Slyke had a .274 career average, only played 13 seasons. He had 164 home runs. I was very surprised by that. I thought he had more thump in his bat. I guess he just didn't. I guess it was because he was playing in an outfield for a little while that had Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla. He had 792 career RBIs. He did have 1,562 career hits. His career WAR is 41.3. Now the thing is, he did at least have 245 stolen bases. So he could run. He had more stolen bases than home runs. So, that's a thing. But Van Slyke was a 5-time Gold Glover, 3-time All-Star, and won the Silver Slugger Award 2 times. He won the Silver Slugger 2 times. His career batting average is .274. He played a lot of his career in the outfield, and a lot of great hitters are in the outfield. And I'm just sitting there going, how do you get the Silver Slugger Award? He had 2 years back-to-back where one of the years he batted .324, and the next year he batted like .310. So, I mean, I guess he was also All-Stars in both of those seasons. He played with the Cardinals from 83 to 86, played with the Pirates, which is, I think, where most of us recognize Andy Van Slyke, from 87 to 94. He played in Baltimore in 95, then he was traded to the Phillies where he finished off his career. One of these players we, of course, have talked before in Luis Gonzalez, but we never have gotten a chance to talk about Jim Edmonds and Andy Van Slyke. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I like to talk about a lot of different players. We might have even pulled better outfielders, although I seem to remember this last weekend, we were having a real hard time filling the outfield. It was not going well. We pulled a pretty good infield. We think we have a pretty good pitcher. But this all-star team that we assembled, once you see the infielders, this team is rough. It's not one of our better all-star teams. The 95 Topps cards did not bear a lot of fruit for our all-star teams. And that's all-star for now.